Alright, so before we start the video, really quickly, we got a lot of news that we're going to go over here in this little kind of introduction section. First of all, we got a Venom 3 trailer today. I'm going to give my thoughts and reactions on that trailer really quickly. First of all, I really like the vibe. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of sad that, of course, it's going to be obviously the last Venom film in that franchise. But hey, it is what it is. Obviously, Tom Hardy and Eddie Brock are going to go on to Secret Wars. It's going to be a fun time. Secondly, we also got news on Justin Jefferson and that he has become the highest non-paid quarterback in the entire NFL, which is crazy. He signed a 4-year, I believe $110 million guarantee, $140 million contract is what originally stated. So that is also happening. So just wanted to give my thoughts on those couple of things. I think Justin Jefferson deserved it. He's been one of the better wide receivers, especially in the game of Madden. I believe he's the top rated overall receiver, and obviously it shows when he plays. Now, this year he didn't really play a lot due to his injuries, but when he does play, he's one of the best to ever do it and one of the greatest on the field. So, well deserved for him. Venom 3 trailer was very fantastic. It was great. Loved it. Cannot wait for Venom 3 coming this October. It looks like it's going to be rated R, which is fantastic. But anyway, what is going on, everybody? Of course, welcome back to Sports Lovers, where we talk all things sports. And today, we're going to break down this new vlog that we just got for College Football 25. It's gameplay. We're going to talk about it, obviously, break it down, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then also talk about this more, just go in depth on what it is. Really quickly, before we start, obviously, tomorrow you're not getting a video. Wednesday, you're going to get a video, and then Friday is also, just because I have a very busy work week this week before I go on vacation. I'm also getting interviews done daily. Today starts that with Colt McConaughey. I'm recording that one today. That one's going to be next Monday. Tomorrow, or Wednesday, is going to be with Kinsley. And then, of course, the next one is going to be with the Colorado commit, Trent Hood. And then, of course, we'll do Noah here on the channel as well. So, that is why I'm only posting 3 times a week. Let's go ahead and start off the morning with this breakdown of the EA College Football video blog that is happening. Alright, so it's broken down into sections. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a couple of the sections here and there. Obviously, I'll get through the pregame stuff and the earlier parts of it. But as we go on with the video, probably just going to talk about a couple of things that I liked about the gameplay overall breakdown. So, really quickly, the first one is pregame, and obviously, basically just highlighting it, there's 134 ways to play from day one. Obviously, they say it was supposed to be every team in the game, so somebody is somebody's favorite team. Properly representative offensive schemes, from example, things like the Air Force triple option to the air raid to USC, it obviously all was in there and got in there as well. That's pretty much it for pregame IQ, and then now we can go on stick work, which basically just says from the start, one of our primary objectives was to capture the authenticity and wide open gameplay of college football. We studied and tried to recreate the explosiveness of current and former college football legends. The result is a game that allows you to not only play north and south, but also east and west, thus unlocking a whole new level of excitement to the game. However, we didn't stop there. We introduced all specific run styles, different archetypes, obviously, with play styles and stuff like that in College Football 25, which will provide a more in-depth look and personalized gaming experience, allowing players to mimic the styles of their favorite athletes or create their own unique approach to the game. This, I'm here for. I really like this. I like that you can, create your own playbook. I really like that one. Obviously, that's a big part in NCAA 14 was creating your own playbook. I'm here for that. I'm also, obviously, here for the different playbook styles that they're going to have as well. They're going to have a lot of different playbooks, so don't worry on that one. Moving on, we're going to talk a little bit about wear and tear. So, obviously, it says, welcome to wear and tear. Wear and tear is a feature that takes the football gridiron to an unprecedented level of realism. This feature ensures every hit matters and not all hits are created equal. Wear and tear is a brand new and unique damage system that adds a whole new level of depth and strategy to your gameplay roster management. This is reflected on what we see Saturdays, basically saying wear and tear is designed to simulate the real-world effects of fatigue and damage on a player's performance. It operates on a play-to-play and game-to-game basis. If your quarterback has thrown the ball 40-plus times in a game and has taken some shots, don't expect him to be 100% the next week is kind of that example. So what that is basically saying is just like real life, they're not going to be 100% every single week, right? When your quarterback takes big shots or when players take big shots, that's going to come into play here in this game as well. So that I'm here for as well. Provides, again, another real-world look at the game. So those are the first two. Let's continue breaking down this article. All right, so moving on from the wear and tear, basically what it continues to go on and do is basically how it works. And it just says, if your quarterback's throwing arm takes a significant hit, you'll notice a decrease in your throw power and accuracy, stuff like that. It also says recovery is going to be a big part of this feature. I'm not going to break down this whole thing, but players will regain health when they are not in field during timeouts, at halftime, and between weeks. So be cautious of your player's workload, of course, because that's going to cause damage to the body and stuff like that. Basically, it also shows a picture of where you can see it, and you can see it when you go to the player menu and stuff like that. So before we move on to changing the game, the last couple of things it says are player recital, left wear and tear, right bars. Obviously, this is where it's at and stuff. Depth chart, coach vision, picture-in-picture is in the play call menu, and then, of course, a ton of wear and tear, gear up, animations, and stuff like that. So that's kind of where it's saying where you can find the wear and tear system. Changing the game is a little bit different, so that's what they were talking about with this game. I'm very excited that wear and tear is going to be in that. I think the most important part to EA was getting the gameplay right for wear and tear, which was great. I hope they get it right. I really do. I hope they have got it right. So fingers crossed it's not a Madden reskin and stuff like that. It does not look to be right now. But moving on is the option game. And I'm not going to break down all of this, but I'm going to talk about the first paragraph. The first paragraph basically says the option game is a fundamental part of college football, and we've made a thorough effort to add authenticity, depth, and balance. The first thing we targeted was to make the mechanic mirror the real-life quarterback and running back exchange. In the actual game, the quarterback places the ball in the running back's belly with the intent of he's going to hand it off. However, if the read key comes down, he pulls the ball. This is replicated in the game with A or X buttoning functions as a keep pull button. So that's one thing that's also different from Madden right there. In Madden, most of the time you're not going to be able to choose, right? Madden is a little bit different because they like to give the quarterback, I don't know what it is, but they like to give the quarterback room to kind of do the read option. More times than not, rather, in Madden, you're going to see the quarterback get a read option. In this game, however, you're going to be able to choose with the A or the X button, which I am all here for. I'm glad they got this part of the gameplay right. Again, I think what it's saying is, hey, we're trying to get this gameplay right for you guys. So obviously bear with us as we're introducing these new systems as well. So that is pretty much all for that part of it. And then it goes on to talk about abilities, right? We know abilities are going to be in the game, but we do know that there are going to be no Superstar X Factors, which is great. Glad that there's not any Superstar X Factors for the sake of comparing it to Madden and stuff like that. There's 80 abilities. Obviously, they're completely new to the football gaming space. Most of them are. There are going to be some that obviously is going to be implemented for Madden and stuff like that. But overall wise, it's pretty much going to be a whole new system. Then it really just goes on to talk about pre-snap recognition. Obviously, reading stuff from a freshman to a senior, that's going to be different in the game as well. But the next thing that I want to talk about is about to be a separate clip because I want to break this down before we head off with the end of the videos. Alright, so the next part of this is talking about what abilities you need. Basically saying, hey, what abilities are there going to be? What kind of tiers are there going to be? Which is why I wanted to break this one down. So, the bronze tier is that blitzers are highlighted but only after the snap. You can see who's coming at you but only for a split second, right? Obviously showing the player's basic level of football knowledge and awareness and stuff like that as well. Silver tier is that players can spotlight blitzers before the snap, but only if they're close to the line of scrimmage and only for a brief moment as well. Again, maybe a little bit up from the bronze tier, but not much. Gold tier unveils a coverage shell momentarily, giving the players a glimpse into the defense strategy, and then platinum tier allows every player to even disguise shells, obviously, to see that stuff and to obviously just read the defense more clearly. So, for example, you got somebody like Caleb Wooten for Alabama. He's not going to be able to read the defense really well versus somebody like Eugene Asante out of Auburn. He obviously is going to be able to read the defense really well just because of his experience and knowledge of the game versus Caleb Wooten because he's been in college football for so long and stuff like that. That's just an example that I'm throwing out there right there. Then it goes on to talk about confidence and composure, basically saying that obviously the freshman is going to, you know the basic stuff. The freshman's going to obviously be kind of nervous within these games. The senior's going to be more relaxed, try to bring his guys together, and try to lead the troops as well. Then you got the coach vision, and this is a real-time pre-snap information system designed to quickly provide you a detailed overview of these features when holding the left trigger. So basically, if you're a coach, you can see everything that's going to happen on the field like you would in real life and stuff like that. So that's going to be very interesting. And then I believe one of the final parts is home field advantage. Obviously, that's going to be a big part in the game like it is in college football. Really quickly, I will say the top 3 places to play in this college football video game are going to be number 1, LSU, Georgia, and I believe Penn State is on there as well, are the top 3 places that they are making it loud. They also know that they're going to bring back a pulse meter in the game. So that's going to be very interesting to see as well. Then you got revamped passing, which they've been talking about this a lot for Madden. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the same, but let's hope that it's not. So that's what I'm hoping for. The switch stick, this is going to be very different because obviously you are not going to be able to obviously press O or press B on the Xbox like you have been doing for Madden. Now what they're doing is that you have the stick where you can kind of, I guess you would say, flip to a different player on the right hand side, I believe is what the stick is going to be. Then you got playbooks and team style. We kind of talked about that one as well. But then the last one they talk about really is tempo and how that is going to be a big factor, like how it's different from the NFL and stuff like that. And then you got real-time coaching, basically saying, hey, we're going to put stuff in there. And then it talks about the weather and stuff like that. And then the new kick meter, which I've seen some comments on that. It's kind of, but for me, hopefully it is a little bit challenging though, just like it is in real life. But yeah, that is pretty much a recap of what all it says in this. Let's go ahead and head towards the end of the video so you guys can be on with your Monday. Anyway, of course, that's where I'm going to leave it with today's video. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, of course. Like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day, except this week. Of course, next week, though, we should be back with interviews and stuff like that. So, I'm going to hop off, get this edited. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your Monday, and as always, I will see you all on Wednesday's video. Peace.